Could 2025 finally be the year Kingdom Hearts 4 breaks its silence? Our last update was on May 14th of 2025. Following Kingdom Hearts Missing Link's shocking cancellation, this small update featured a collage of screenshots. And that was kinda it. The screenshots did contain some cool information, and I personally would even say it did slightly more for me than the trailer did, mostly in terms of what it revealed about the game. Playable Mickey is confirmed, our first look at the real Kingdom Hearts 4 and Unreal Engine 5. Also, we got to see some Heartless and insights into the gameplay. Though if you're not Kingdom Hearts obsessed, as in still frames aren't enough to get you hyped, then this news was borderline inconsequential to you, especially following the cancellation of an entire game that was deep into development. For it to take that for them to break their silence on Kingdom Hearts 4 and only giving screenshots after years of no updates feels bittersweet to some. And that's not to say initially the hype of finally getting anything wasn't exciting, and maybe a step forward. Oh my goodness, my life has meaning again. Guys, Cage 4, bro, yo. I've never been this hype over wait, is that, wait. Is that playable Mickey over there? Mickey? But after the initial excitement died down, and especially no follow-up happening during the June gaming showcases, it almost feels like we're still at square one, or 1.5. However, with summer coming to a close, and as I'm recording this, Gamescom happening tomorrow, which fans are not hopeful about. Hey, John from the future here, hate to break bad news, but about Gamescom. Big surprise, it wasn't there. There's still that lingering hope that maybe Kingdom Hearts 4 can make its re-debut heading into the last quarter of 2025. Despite the lack of information, Kingdom Hearts fans are still hopeful about 2026 or 2027 as a release date. 2027 would align with the 25th anniversary of the franchise, and Kingdom Hearts has often celebrated its milestone anniversaries with a release or a ton of news. Actually, Kingdom Hearts 4 itself was announced at the 20th anniversary event for the franchise in Japan, so I don't think it's a leap to think they may be aiming for the 25th anniversary year as their next release. Though, before we get there, when will we see a trailer? I think Cage 4 is kind of reaching the point where like expectations and like that the weight is the bitterness is setting in, and like I'm not worried about the sales. I think the game's going to sell fine, it'll do fine. I'm worried that the game's gonna be in a situation where we're like, I waited for this game for freaking 5 years, and now
it's not the one I was expecting.
Yeah, like, yeah, a game that comes out 2 years after announcement is usually receives a lot less criticism than the game that like, well, you anticipated for so long, especially when it's this big of a title. This is the burning question the community has been asking themselves for 3 years. And is the lack of anything killing excitement for future Kingdom Hearts titles? Perhaps for some, but if they return with something big and a quality product, I'm sure almost everyone will be rushing back in. So when will it be? Tokyo Game Show in September, the Game Awards in December, or perhaps a random date we can't predict? Well, let's discuss it. While the AAA titles of Square Enix have largely been kept under wraps with no major updates for Final Fantasy VII Part 3, Dragon Quest XII, and definitely not Kingdom Hearts 4, the company has been slowly ramping up on some of their smaller releases. At a recent Nintendo Direct for third-party developers, Square Enix announced Octopath Traveler 0, along with a new action game called The Adventures of Elliot. Team Asano has been putting in work over the years at Square Enix and have become a staple for RPGs over on the Nintendo Switch. We can already see some of Square Enix's new business strategies being implemented. Square talked about a while back how they are going to shy away from time exclusivity and make more of an effort to release games on multiple platforms at launch. Octopath 0 and Elliot are releasing on all modern platforms, and Octopath 0 is even releasing on PS4 still. While that business division releasing games doesn't inherently mean Square Enix is ramping up for the AAA titles, seeing these newer games implementing some of their new business strategies is very good for the company as a whole, and could lead to a good snowball effect for all their games going forward. With this information, Square Enix is confirmed to be at Tokyo Game Show, but it's very likely for these upcoming releases and playable demos at the event centers rather than anything to do with Kingdom Hearts 4 or larger titles. Despite this, many believe TGS, due to sheer history with the Kingdom Hearts franchise, is the most likely place for the game to get re-revealed. Kingdom Hearts used to rarely ever miss Tokyo Game Show until this console generation. Even during Kingdom Hearts 3's development cycle, the game made multiple appearances at Tokyo Game Show and even had extended showcases. Some of the first big showcases for Kingdom Hearts titles like Birth by Sleep and others happened here, so the event is rich in history for the franchise. But this is also a record-breaking drought for the franchise. So what if that doesn't happen? If that turns out to be the case, what's the possibility of a reveal at the Game Awards, the biggest gaming event of the entire year? Kingdom Hearts appearing at the Game Awards would be the happy ending to a dark and painful movie experience. Kingdom Hearts has never been at a Game Awards, and if it was to return, they may have to go big. Seeing the lineup for 2026 releases, mostly GTA 6, it's very likely this year's Game Awards is going to be stacked. So Square Enix will have to weigh their options. They could get a lot of eyes on Kingdom Hearts 4 they normally wouldn't get, but do they also risk just being a needle in a haystack? Not that Kingdom Hearts can't compete, it has the IPs, it has the brand power. It's just a matter of, do they spend the insane amount of money marketing the game at the Game Awards when the game is still probably more than a year or two out? Or perhaps do they show it at their own time or at an event that's more catered to them? The Game Awards, while being the farthest away out of the 2025 events, does seem like a pretty appealing option. But why even have hope in these events? Square Enix is going to reveal Kingdom Hearts at their own time, so why even bother? Kingdom Hearts fans have cast spells in the dark for years, trying to manifest announcements and reveals that are realistically just out of our control. I'm no exception. I've been begging for Kingdom Hearts to appear for years, only for some screenshots and for an entire game to get cancelled. But these aren't just my feelings. Tens of thousands of fans who are still active during this drought, in my point of view, are keeping it alive. There could be no discussion, no hype, no anticipation. We could all just be patient. But if you're still committed to being a fan, patience isn't really a choice. Every day that passes is a new day, which theoretically is another day Kingdom Hearts 4 has made progress. It may be many days before we finally see the game, but I do think the longest part of the drought is behind us. Despite the doom and gloom of still having no trailer or worlds revealed for Kingdom Hearts 4 and Missing Link being cancelled, the facts are that Kingdom Hearts 4 technically did get something this year. And despite how valuable you think that something may be, deep down, I believe that's hope that they can show us something eventually, even if eventually is a long time. And I'll keep believing until we get something. It's been a long drought, and I've been hanging in there, but my love for this franchise is still bottomless, and I can't wait until we have more new things to discuss. This may have been a short video, but I appreciate you guys giving me your time nonetheless, and I will be streaming all of these events on my Twitch and YouTube where I stream frequently. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Prodigy, and remember to be nice, be safe, and take care everyone.